Thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast. Today we're featuring a 2010 BMW 328 sedan. This is a clean title, clean Carfax non-smoker car. It's also a BMW certified car with the BMW service package on it. That means all of your service is covered, and it's got an extended BMW warranty until January of 2016. And that's about $5,200 worth of product from the BMW dealership. And all that work is done and handled at the BMW factory authorized dealer. So it's got 47,000 miles on it. I can finance this car through Alaska Federal Credit Union. We can also extend that warranty, and we welcome trades. So we bought this just because of the value that they represent. It's a ton of car. It's really clean. It's got sport package on it, navigation, heated seats, Bluetooth. It's got everything but xenons and parking sensors. So Alpine white interior. It's got tan leather interior. We love the setup. The sport package is a little more aggressive. It's got paddle shifters on it. It's got a larger wheel on it. The tires are in good shape. The paint's in good shape. It's really clean. It was just serviced at a BMW dealership. Again, that's all paid for. All the brakes, pads, and rotors, and fluid changes, oil changes, wipers are all covered until 2016. So you'll notice the black trim around the windows. If you're not familiar with BMWs, that is usually indicative of a sport package car. Also, it's got a larger wheel on it and a different suspension, but some of that stuff is not as recognizable or easy to distinguish sometimes as the black trim. So anyways, just a little extra information, useless knowledge as we would call it in the car business. So you can see the paint's in good shape. The back is clean. So we've got the books. We have 2 master keys, and so you got a pretty good trunk space. Those seats do not fold down. That's a solid compartment back there. If it was going to have fold-down seats, you'd have a trigger with a seat here and a trigger with a seat on it there, a little plastic trigger. And that's an optional piece of equipment with BMWs, believe it or not. It's oftentimes part of the cold weather package. So anyways, there's a couple scrapes on the bumper here. You might not be able to see them. We had them touched up. It's minor stuff, but you can see the rest of the car is very clean. Paint's in good shape. It's only 5 years old, so you would expect the paint to, and you know, there's just a little curb rash, and as bad as that is, I think I did that yesterday leaving my parking lot. That's easily fixable. It's pretty minor, but just to point it out so you know that it's there. So leather seats, you've got wood trim also. Really nice, really clean interior. It's a beautiful color combination, the white on tan. It's got a sunroof. So really, you've got power folding mirrors, which is not common on a 3 Series. And then again, so a sports seat. So this is part of the sports package. You have a larger bolster here and a larger bolster here. If this was a standard 3 Series, this basically would be a flat piece of foam. Got an extendable leg brace on here also, which is nice. And then of course, dual power seats. You've got lumbar, and then this actually is a trigger switch for an inflatable bolster, which will inflate this and that bolster with air, which will squeeze you into your seat, and which is nice if you want to drive aggressively. That kind of squeezes you into your seat so you won't slide around. No, I don't see the keys. There we go. I was like, what? I have left them out of the car before. So 2 master keys, as I mentioned. You've got push button start, but it does not have keyless go, so you've got to have the key in the receptacle there. This is, of course, your iDrive system. Wood trim. It's an automatic transmission with Steptronic shifting. And I'll walk you through the equipment in a minute here. So you've got dual heated seats. Your heating positions there. You have dual auto climate control. This is your iDrive. So on this particular car, there's your lineup of menu. You've got your radio, which is HD radio. You've got Bluetooth. You have navigation. You have a memory hard drive in here to store information. As far as contacts go, you have BMW Assist, your vehicle information and settings. So here's your navigation. They updated this system in 2009. It's a much nicer system now. There's your Bluetooth system. You've got your radio, which is 8D, HD, and you have satellite radio. You have your music collection, CDs, DVDs. It's got a DVD player, so you can play a movie here. And then what's nice about this is you can go into your vehicle settings or vehicle information, and you can pull up your vehicle status, and it will tell you exactly where your car is service-wise. So let me pull. So brake fluid, July, so it's ready for a brake flush, which is going to be covered, so we'll take it out and have that done, or you could have it done. Vehicle check in 2016, rear brake pads got 25,000 miles on them, and the front brake pads have 50,000 miles on them. So we're going to take this out and have a brake flush done. It's due next month, so we'll just do that so it's preemptive. Anyway, it's a lot of information. It's a good system. So paddle shifters, as I mentioned, so an upshift and a downshift option on this car. You've got a multi-function steering wheel, so this is a Bluetooth activation, voice activation, volume control. Over here, your ability to scroll through radio stations or CDs. I should know what those are, and I can't remember, so you're gonna have to excuse me for that. I can't tell you what those represent right now, unfortunately. You've got cruise control down here. You have a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. You have an onboard computer system. You have wipers, controls. Over here you've got turn signals. I'm sorry, this is not wiper control. That is your cruise setting. So, and you can see, you can toggle through your computer information, so you've got a bunch of stuff. You can check your oil. It'll tell you, because you have an onboard computer system, it will tell you how many miles to go on a tank of gas, 112. It'll tell you what your average gas mileage is. You can set it up as a trip computer to tell you how long you've been driving, your average speed, etc. You've got a sunroof in this, which is fairly common. You've got home link, 3 buttons here, programmable for security gates and garage door openers, and then just your standard lighting. You do have BMW Assist, and you can see by the passenger side door and the dash. It's a very, very clean car. Nothing in the glove box. And then in the you've got an aux input here and a USB port for a phone or for an iPod. So anyway, it's really nice. It's very, very clean. It's a fairly low mileage car for 2010, 47,000 miles. Again, the real appeal to this car is the fact that the service and the warranty are both active until July of next year, 2016, and those will be good until 100,000 miles. So those are not cheap at the BMW dealer, and they've come with the car. So anyways, if you've got questions or would like more information, please feel free to contact us, and we can be reached at 503-227-2354. Thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast.